Hi guys. Oh my goodness. I am just coming back from Brooklyn and I just got the randomest urge to update the vlog. I've been like working on this video very sporadically of my trip to Europe, and I've just been not getting anywhere. Like honestly, like I doubt it'll ever come. So I was like, why not just film something that will be easy to get out there, easy to finish up. And I just went to Brooklyn to meet my friend Ananya, and I went a little bit thrift shopping. So I'm like, let me just show you the stuff that I thrifted. It is quite messy in my room, so you might see that. But first I'll show you my outfit and then we'll go from there. This is my outfit. This scarf I actually crocheted. Yes guys, it's been quite a while since we've caught up. I think even my last video was like ages old and I put it out like a year later than I filmed it. But I'm into crochet now to help with like my anxiety and stuff like that. So this scarf I actually crocheted. Yeah, I crocheted this scarf. Super cute. I love this jacket. There's like something like thin and nice and airy about it. It provides warmth when I need it, but also it's not like overbearingly warm. It's kind of like a little bit of a windbreaker. This is from Wagner. This is a sweater that I brought back from Austin when I went. H&M, oddly enough, but it's 100% cotton, which I really respect. It's so difficult to find anything cotton anywhere now, or like anything that's not polyester or like some sort of plastic derivative. These are sunglasses that my dad gave me from like a gas station that I got, random sunglasses. This is actually a hat that I made. I'll show it to you. I also crocheted this. I've been in a crocheting phase, which I've kind of slipped out of a little bit. I haven't been crocheting like too crazy often. I get a little insecure to wear this because I feel like the flower is a little bit protruding, so it makes me feel a little bit awkward. But I made this, and then the flower was gifted to me by my boyfriend for Valentine's Day. He made it by hand, so I was like, that's kind of cool. So I put it on a hat. These are my rings. I actually got this ring in Sweden. When I went to Europe, I went to Sweden for a day, Malmo, and I got this ring there. It's a spoon. This one was from like, I believe Boulder, Colorado forever ago. This one's from Mexico, and this one's from California. I'm wearing jeans. I don't know if you can see them. They're Marc Jacobs, but they're like black denim. They do have the words Marc Jacobs on them, but they're honestly not that subtle, and I don't really love branding too crazy much. And then these boots, I'm obsessed with these boots. I love them. They do run a little bit large, but they are from Banana Republic, and my friend Jack actually bought them for me for Christmas. And then I have like very thick wool socks on. So I just got back. I went to Brooklyn to go visit Ananya today. I woke up, I went to the grocery store with my roommate, made breakfast, and then I went to go meet my friend Ananya. We went with it was like her boyfriend and her boyfriend's friend Pranav's visiting from San Francisco. I went thrifting with Nan and I got a couple things. I really hope I upload this. Fingers crossed I will. This belt, we were walking to Ananya's boyfriend's apartment. There was like a Brooklyn Filet under a bridge, and she was like, this belt is so cute, but she didn't end up wanting it. So I got it, and it's $10. And the lady who got it was, she's like a very big supporter of like rabbit rights and everything. We were talking about rabbits, and she was like, yeah, they get reincarnated, like your old rabbit. You can like, essentially, she was saying, for lack of better terms, manifest it back. And I was like, huh, I'm a little too sentimental for that. Anyways, I think it's a very cute. Hopefully I'll be able to style it. And then I really shouldn't be spending much money because it's like such a force right now. There's a lot of things that I need to pay, and it's like kind of getting excessive. So just like overwhelming. But I like messaged my boyfriend and I was like, should I get this? And he sent me the money to get it. And I was like, that was actually so thoughtful. But this is kind of my vibe right now. Like I love leather. A little shamefully. I am vegetarian though, so I have a little bit more grand to sound on than most, but I got this vest in Copenhagen that so reminded me of this. Look at this, like, ooh, kind of smells like cigars. Anyways, it's this beautiful little leather piece. I presume that it's cowhide. I grew up with cows on the ranch. But the thing is, I just don't have a bag like this. It's large, it can fit books, which is really good. And it kind of fits my vibe. And my vibe is ever changing, so I don't particularly even have a vibe. So this is it. Kind of cute, yes. It is a little bit bohemian and flowy, and it was relatively well priced. Oh my gosh, wow, 100% cotton. That makes me feel way better about the purchase. Okay, this is the top. You know what? I think it's the color that I don't love. There's something about it that I didn't love, and I believe that it might actually be the color. But that's okay. Hey, that's okay. Don't worry. It's okay if I don't like the color. I don't know. Do you see how it kind of just washes me out? Just like the difference between the two that I put on. But I do feel a little bit washed out. But that's okay. Anyways, that's the vibe of the stuff that I got from there. Now, we can like just catch up and stuff. Let me check. Yeah, we could just catch up and everything, I guess. I met up with her. We went to her boyfriend's apartment and she grabbed a bottle of wine. My closet is in an absolutely disastrous state. No way. I forgot to plug in my laptop and now it won't have enough juice to like watch TV or even edit this video, so who knows if I will edit this video. Anyways, in terms of what else I've been doing lately, wow, my room's really messy. I'm really sorry, guys. I wish I had like more great, amazing updates, but I think overall, generally, life has been pretty okay. I am just sort of existing in this world. I don't know if you guys keep up with politics, but there's some insane stuff going on. Yeah, isn't there always though? But like damn, like it's kind of bad out there. Obviously there's that, and then I am still in a relationship with, I believe I referred to him in the beginning as Milk Boy because he's lactose intolerant. I'm not gonna divulge too much about like my relationship or anything like that. Like that's, you know, I'm my own individual, so I'm not gonna go too deep into that. But I have been really relying on reading. This is the most recent book that I've finished. The Rats. Very good book. Very, very good. I don't know if you guys see how thick that is. I don't know if you know me, but I'm a very slow reader. I read, like, just for reference, like the average human probably reads 2 pages a minute, maybe 3. I take 1.5 to 2 minutes to read a page. But I love reading, so I do it nonetheless. It's really phenomenal. This book is about this man who for Christmas he asks for a rat, and the rat is essentially telling him the downfall of humanity, the story of how we bring ourselves to our own end, essentially just a take on like greed, human suffering, and how we are pretty much terrible and we're gonna blow everything up. It is one of those that's slightly dense in my opinion. In my opinion, I think it was a little dense, but also it was very light at the same time. I don't know how to explain. I'll just read a couple quotes from it that I've noted here. This one's beautiful. Now we are looking for the source of error, frantically looking for it outside ourselves until someone says we. We could, all of us, just for the sake of argument, be the source of error. Yes, it could be you or you or you. We don't mean it personally. I don't know, I think that's very beautiful. There's just so many. The difficulty is this book specifically had so many. It's difficult to find ones that are the standout ones. This is nice. Writers began talking like seers and high priests. Every unsolved problem became a myth. In the end, the peace demonstrations, which had been usual for years and at first had made intelligent use of words and proof, became religious processions. Sad to say, our punks, whom we had learned to love and whom had learned to love us, joined in, and blah blah blah. Sorry, I'm not gonna go too far into that one, and it's honestly hard to read right now. All of it's so good. There's some really standout quotes. Ooh, this is nice. Man's decision not to starve, not to perish, supersaturated with poison, or hungry and poisoned, not to die slowly of thirst as the water supply dwindled, but to seek a sudden end. That egotistical and childishly impatient decision confronts us rats with problems to which we hadn't given sufficient thought. It's just like all throughout the book, it's very, very much like that. Oh, this is, spoiler, I believe this is the last page, 371. We rats are more real than anything you could dream, yet in spite of everything, there must, nothing must, not anymore, nothing. But I want, what do you want? Only assuming that we humans are still, alright, let's assume, But this time, let us live for one another and peacefully, do you hear? Gently and lovingly, as nature made us. A beautiful dream, said the she-rat before dissolving. Just beautiful. There was one part of it that was so amazing. I wish, you know what? I think I posted it on my story. Let me find it on my phone really quickly. So good. It's something about how what we will have as reminders of our existence is essentially the garbage that we leave behind. And I'm like, whoa. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Here it is. How comforting that something other than garbage bears witness to your existence. Dang! Okay, that's crazy. We are decidedly well read. In times of famine, we fed on quotations. And then this is the very beginning of the book, like page 9. It says, all hope is gone for fairy tales. It shall be written here are dying with the forests. I don't know, just stuff like that. It's all throughout the book. It's very good. Just to give you like a brief overview, it is a little dense, but like only if you're like me, like not so perfect at reading. It's filled with like prose and poetry, but not poetry that's like so difficult to understand, and it's just very good. One thing that I found slightly difficult personally was just following the storyline, like what perspective are we looking at, whose storyline are we viewing in the moment, stuff like that. Overall, very, very good book. Now I'm actually reading something else. I'm reading a book by Simone Beaudevoir, whatever. I don't know how to say her name, honestly. A little bit inappropriate of a cover. On like the first time I hung out with my boyfriend, I went to like a bookshop and I saw a book by her that had this cover. It was in the set. There's a set of 4 of them. I'd never bought the book and I've always wanted it since. He has never found it, but he found 2 of the 4. So he got me this one and I've been reading it. It's phenomenal. If you're not familiar with her, she's a philosopher. She had a little bit of a romance, I guess one would say, with Sartre. I don't know how you say his name. I am not sorry. You can be pretentious in the comments if anyone's even watching this. But they had a little bit of a relationship. It was also open, and it's a take on that relationship. The title of the book is called She Came to Stay, and there's this woman that's introduced to their relationship who is ever so slowly, it appears to be pulling them apart. I think I'm like 240 pages into like a 410 page book, so I'm not quite grasping everything yet. All I do know is that it is taking my heart and ripping it into small pieces. Like, it's just very, it forces you to think, and like, at least from the perspective of a woman, it really confronts like some of the aspects of being in a relationship where we have these like internal battles with ourselves, moments where we feel jealous or feel inclined to feel jealous, but also don't almost want to bring it up in conversation because it then is like brought to the surface and comes up as then a thing, which then brings something that was a could be potential to something that is a formal, you know, concept that then becomes a problem. It's just like, it's so difficult to live within yourself. It's a very good take on existentialism and love and like the multifaceted like layers to love. It's just a very, very interesting book. There was one part of it that like really stood out to me that I wish I could easily find, and I'm worried because I believe that time is running out on this. There's a part of it about moments and about how love is made up through moments, and the issue is that I'm ruining the cover every time I even open this book. Here's a taste of it. She has a very definite outlook on life, and she doesn't choose to compromise. That's what I call morals. She's looking for completeness. That's the kind of exacting we've always admired. But that right there is also a significant problem in absolutely everything. I wish that I could find the exact quote, because I know that if I tried to kind of explain it right now, I would absolutely butcher it. But essentially, she's talking about how the love for her has always been made up of moments, and that's almost the definition of the love and like the evidence of the love. And when the moments are compromised, where is the love? Something to that effect. Again, I can't remember the exact quote, so I don't know. I will try to find it. Frick, I really, really am now obsessed with it, and now I need to find it. Ooh, this is nice. What could she want? She did not know, but it was absurd to have imagined that she could escape by renunciation. She was too fond of Pierre and Xavier. She was too involved. 1,000 painful recollections swirled through her head and battered at her heart. She felt that the blood that was coursing through her veins was poisoned. She turned to the wall and suddenly began to cry. I don't know, it's just like very intense. I do feel like I have a tendency to do that when I read books, quite frankly. I don't know, I get like my mental state, I believe, is very fragile. I've come to realize that over time. I think that I'm quite sensitive and I have a very low pain tolerance, both physically and emotionally. And I think when I'm reading a book, I can very easily just like fall into it. And this book, I've noticed, it has produced some anxiety within me, maybe a little bit of depression, maybe because it's existential, also probably because of relationships. Relationships are very difficult for me to navigate, always been not very good at relationships, always been very mentally conflicted about them. It makes me even question, like, and I do not think that's the point of the book at all, but it makes me question, like, almost like relationships in general and how they impact us and how it's like almost sometimes more peaceful to be within yourself instead of like being within a relationship where you're almost just like at the behest of someone else. It's very, very I'm like, I don't know, it's intense. But yeah, I've been reading a lot. My job, I have some time in between my actual work to like read a lot. I'm a very slow reader, so I need a lot of time. For reference, this book, Good to Grass, The Rat, it's like 371 pages. I believe it took me probably like 12 hours to get through it. So there's that. But let's see, I'll go through the books that I've read so far this year. Okay, the first one, I finished on New Year's Day. So that counts as last year. A Happy Death by Albert Camus. He's also, I would say, a philosopher. Some people say he's a novelist. I think he's a fucking philosopher. Like, he's super existential. He like, I stand by the fact that he's a philosopher. Anyways, I read A Happy Death by him. Very interesting, depressing, existential, absurd, but good. Then the first book I read of the actual year was Slaughterhouse-Five. When I was with Rob in Copenhagen, I saw it and I like wanted to buy it. And he was like, pick one and I'll buy it. And then I read Crying of Lot 49 by Thomas Pynchon. Very good, very like interesting, kind of like crazy, but I don't know, I haven't really taken the time to like fully dissect it, and I don't have it in front of me. I actually lent it to him because that's his favorite author, so I showed him like the quotations and everything that I had on it. Ooh, okay, I also read this year A Confederacy of Dunces. Hands down one of the best books ever. Like, if you're not so into like something so dense and like pretentious and annoying, it's a great book because it's just so exhausting sometimes reading where you just don't even want to read, at least speaking for myself sometimes, just because it feels sometimes like a chore when we're choosing the most like obnoxious, like classic books that are like philosophical and deep. This book is one of those that is as deep as you make it, which is technically any book, but it's so good. It's Confederacy of Dunces. It's set in New Orleans, which I have family in New Orleans, so it's a very great historical outlook on that. Race, I would say there's like lots of philosophical themes in there. Also so funny, so satirical, just incredibly amazing. Fun fact about this book, Walker Percy, one of my favorite authors, he wrote a book called Moviegoers, which is also absurdist. He was a professor. This woman comes into his office and is like, you must read this book that my son wrote. My son's passed away. It needs to be published. It's phenomenal. And he's like, sure, I'll do it, anticipating it to be not good because most parents think their kids' work is amazing when it's not. Hands down says it's one of the most amazing novels absolutely ever. It won the Pulitzer Prize and it was published posthumously, however you say it. So good. So good. It's a longer book, but it's easy to breeze through because it's so hilarious and so amazing. And then I got this one in Copenhagen called Equilibrium by Tonino Guerra. I think that's how you say his name. It is also very good. Kind of has like a little bit of a Pynchon style, I've realized. It's got that little bit of like weird, I don't know why the word is like slipping from my head, but that type of like style. It's about this, he was imprisoned in World War II, then comes into society and does like advertising, and he's seeing like signs and symbols everywhere, and it's kind of like his mind is unraveling. Very short read, interesting. Then I read To Love and Be Wise because my mom gave it to me for Christmas, and it's like a classic. I was not blown away. I'm not gonna lie, it got a low rating. I give 2 stars, 2 out of 5. It's like a mystery novel, but it was not as phenomenal, like really as it was just not that good, honestly, in my opinion. I didn't give it the time to like really sit with it, so I'm probably missing like something major about it, or maybe like not, I don't know. I also read Ask the Dust by John Fant because for Valentine's Day, Rob got it for me because my favorite author is Charles Bukowski, and I've read all of Charles Bukowski's novels, and this is Charles Bukowski's favorite book, and it came with an introduction by him. Overall, decent book. I haven't really taken the time to like think about it. It was okay. Like obviously I want to love it because it's my favorite author's favorite book, but I thought it was good. I could see the parallels between Bukowski's writing and this book, like just the themes and everything like that. I would say it had probably hands down 1 or 2 of the most profound pages in any book that I've ever read, but outside of those pages, it was not as crazy as you would imagine, but I think that's kind of like the beauty of it. It's supposed to be sort of like nonchalant like that, maybe. But it was really, really good. Ask the Dust is also related to, I believe, that page that for me was like the most profound. It talks about essentially how the desert is waiting for us all, and we will all be overtaken by the dust, like the white sand. Like eventually it's sitting there like in the shadows waiting to take back over the city and to take back all of us, and eventually we will be again one with the desert. Very good. Very good. I read another one called Focusing. It's like a therapy book, but it's not super, you know, like annoyingly written. It's very like layman's terms. Very good, very good. Then Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? I read that one, rated that 4 stars. That's all of the books I've read this year so far. Super good, super amazing, love it. I started therapy as well. I started that, I don't know, like a few months ago, maybe like a September, October. It's been good. I've been learning a lot about myself, and I'm also like, I don't know if you guys have that experience if you do therapy where you just feel so utterly fucked up and like you're unfixable sometimes. So there's that. But I have generalized anxiety disorder. Surprise! Surprise, surprise, I do have generalized anxiety disorder. Yeah, ow. I also got referred to a psychiatrist because she also believes that I have ADHD. I don't know what type of therapist she is, but she's allowed to diagnose me with that. ADHD is not her specialty, so she can't like technically, you know, diagnose me with it, but she gave me the assessments and everything. She says like a lot of my problems seem highly tied to the fact that I 99% have ADHD. What was it? Not attentive, something like that I think is the one she said. It's like revolutionary for me to learn that a lot of these problems that, I don't know if you watch like maybe a few videos back, I'm like, oh my god, I feel like my brain doesn't work like everyone else and I feel so like fucked up or whatever, but like it's beautiful, whatever. Nah. A lot of these videos that I made on my YouTube, I was like so heartbroken and delirious, and like they're so embarrassing. I do not even go back and watch them. I don't. If I did, I would have to delete them all, which I probably should do. But anyways, so embarrassing. But yeah, that's like pretty much what that was. And like the fact that I like have like maladaptive daydreaming and I like hyper fixate on shit and I'm like super emotional and it takes me like 5 business days to like get through any sort of like argument or like emotion. Yeah, fucking ADHD, bro. The fact that like it takes me 2 minutes to read a page in a book instead of 1, and I have to read the same shit over and over and over, and the fact that I have like crippling anxiety is tied to my ADHD. Turns out it's like not normal to fixate on like these problems that you're having, like in a relationship, for example. I'm having a problem in my relationship. That is all I think about all day long. Like all day long. Like there's not a moment of silence in my brain. So apparently I just have ADHD and I have anxiety. And so yeah, what else do I have to update on? I'm gonna work on the Copenhagen video. I'll try to get that out. I went to Berlin, Copenhagen, and Malmo, so Sweden, Germany, and Denmark. It was very fun. I went with Rob. It was nice. Now in like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to Spain with my mom. We're going to Mallorca and Ibiza. I know I'm not saying it right, but I hate when everyone sounds so pretentious when they say like Ibiza. I will not say it that way. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will not say it that way just because I get too embarrassed. But we're going to Mallorca, we're going to Ibiza, and then we're going to Portugal too. I don't know where we're going, but I know we're flying into Faro. So we're going like somewhere around there. And then I need to do another trip. I was trying to ask my boyfriend if he wants to go on a trip with me. All the places I want to go, he's been, and he like gets anxiety about traveling. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna plan a trip by myself. This is something we need to work on. I need to do my own shit in my life. So I think I'm going to try to book a trip to, I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to do backpacking a lot. I think that I am going to book a backpacking trip to do Tour de Mont Blanc. It is a 105-mile loop and it goes through France, Switzerland, and Italy. The thing about me is I'm not very athletic. I am not very athletic. I have no endurance. I remember when I said low pain tolerance. Yes. And no self-discipline. Yes. So will I survive? Probably not. Will I be able to even ever book it? Also probably not. But I did bring back my backpacking backpack from Austin. I have my sleeping bag. I went to REI and I bought one of those like blow up like sleeping bag under pads. They do have these like little cabins that people, backpackers, will like stay along the way of the trail. I'm like, fuck that. I'm gonna actually camp. Why? Because I'm delusional. Not a good idea. And I'm gonna do it solo. So yeah. So I've been like hiking and like walking around like the flat loop around my house. The most that I've gotten up to is like 7 miles a day, 3 days in a row. First time I did it, my knees ached so badly. I literally thought I was never gonna walk again. Like out of commission bad. You know what also that made me realize? One time I went to ACL and my knees were so fucked. I could not walk for like 2 weeks after that. Yeah. You know why, bitch? Because I was out of commission. I literally never exercised, so my knees were like literally like they just couldn't hold my own weight. So that happened again. And then I did it again and again and again the next weekend, and now it's not too bad. So I went on a hike yesterday actually to Cold Spring. I did a great time. Got a little bit of elevation gain, so that's good. So hopefully I'll be able to be okay. And I'm gonna try to take like 16 days off. So I might take anywhere from like 9 to 11 days for the actual trail, and then 2 days in the back end for travel. And then I might try to fit in Albania at the end. It's supposed to be very safe for solo women, and I love beaches. The issue though, it will be on my birthday. I don't know if you know anything about me, but on my birthdays, I get very emo and very sad, and they mean a lot to me, and they almost never work out perfectly. And I will be alone. So like pretty much sounds like a recipe for disaster, but it's very much a challenge. I'm gonna be turning 25. 25 means a lot to me. My boyfriend will be at some fucking wedding like the day before my birthday anyways, so I'm gonna make that shit special for me. So that'll be exciting. If I do it. If not, yeah. Other than that, still working in my normal job. This is my apartment. It is a mess and I need to like hang up stuff and whatnot. But yeah, that's my vibe, guys. That's like my life lately. I needed to come on here and make a video. It's been too long. And I know myself, like if I don't make a video now, I like never will. And this YouTube channel, it is important to me. Like I think I tend to make videos when I'm not in a good mental state, but like I need to catalog my life. One of the things I've realized I struggle with, editing. I hate the way that I edit videos. I don't think that the editing looks cool at all, and I want it to be cool and seamless, and like I want to be able to do cool stuff with the words where like the word will just pop onto the screen, and I have to use iMovie, and in iMovie it has like a weird effect when the words come on, and there's like a fade in and a fade out, and I hate it. And I wish I had like cool editing where like letters can like pop up on the screen, like right there, boom, letter, 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 and then like different colors, different sizes, different fonts, stuff like that. You know, like I want to be able to do cool shit and I can't do that. So then I'm making these videos and I'm trying to like figure it out, and it's so insufferable and annoying. So that's what I've been struggling with. That's my vibe lately. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Book, therapy, Copenhagen, Spain, Tour de Mont Blanc. It's everything on my list to update you guys on. Things are okay. I miss my family a lot. Still in that relationship. In therapy now. Trying to figure my shit out. I'm a reader. I'm a crocheter. Oh, my issues with food. You guys know that I have issues with food. Guess what? A lot of it has to do with the ADHD. Apparently, I have these hyperfixation meals. And like, I will eat the same thing for like 7 months in a row. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 7 months. And then eventually one day a switch flips and I get disgusted with it. And I can't eat it again. And it has to be something nutritious and super easy to eat, super easy to make, super easy to like kind of prep. So like for 7 months I was eating toast with like cottage cheese on it, and I would either put avocado on it or black beans. One day I tasted it, wanted to actually puke, so couldn't eat that anymore. So then I went through a phase of like probably 2 months where all I was eating was boiled carrots and broccoli. Then I got tired of that. Then for the past like 8 or 9 months, honestly, I've been having in an instant rice pot, brown rice, lentils, and quinoa. And then I would mix in avocado, cheese, sometimes eat it with tortilla or hot sauce. Finally got tired of that. So now I'm in a phase where, again, nothing is interesting to me. So low-key, I've been living off of frozen pizza and lattes. Also, I've been doing sandwiches with egg whites and cheddar cheese, but I'm not getting the nutrients I need. And I feel myself withering away. So I need to be better about that still. But I'm doing pretty good, so I gotta watch it. And my camera's about to die. Okay, it was so good to talk to you guys. I'm gonna try to keep making videos. Oh my god, I feel like I'm reconnecting with an old friend. I love you guys. Bye.